Now, 116 years of history will come to an end this month as almost all Austin Reed stores will close by the end of June at the cost of 1,000 jobs. The administrator, Alex Partner, said it was going to wind down the menswear retailer. There were no viable offers received for the business. They managed to find a home for a very small number of the stores. 5 of them have been bought out, but the remaining 115 are going along with the brand. Austin Reed fell into administration last month amid a challenging retail market and cash flow issues. Watching with interest is Kate Hardcastle, our friend retail analyst. Morning, Kate.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
What went wrong, do you think, at Austin Reed?
I think it was a brand with too many challenges because it had the retail presence in a very challenging and difficult retail marketplace with many people coming in to compete with them in tailoring. I think they hadn't connected with the next generation of customers, which is a shame because actually suits and tailoring hasn't gone out of fashion. Indeed, we're seeing the resurgence of things like the three-piece suit. And I think in addition to that, they'd not taken the best USP they had, which was their rich heritage, for instance, dressing the Beatles, and use that to make a connection and make themselves stand out.
It's interesting, isn't it, that the brand name has been bought by the owners of Edinburgh Woolen Mill and a small number of these shops. I mean, is there a chance that Austin Reed as a name will live on, do you think?
I don't think that's surprising at all, really. I think the brand has really got some meaningful status. And if you look at brands that have that British quintessential essence like Hunter Wellies, there was every opportunity to do something up market with it that would celebrate its heritage and its Britishness and its famous customers. And it could have had a great international appeal very much on that basis. So I think the brand still has worth. It's not the same as another BHS where it had lost its way in terms of its status. Unfortunately, it just hadn't created itself in a way that could survive in today's retail marketplace.
So who is doing well selling suits?
I think if you look at the marketplace, Louise, you've got everyone from the value offers, the supermarkets are still doing very economical tailoring, right through to the sort of middle market brands. Next have come in there with strong offers, even Marks and Spencer's in the middle market. And then luxury has really defined itself. You can still now go and buy that Savile Road kind of tailored suit for a starting price of £300 now, which may seem a lot, but for tailoring is still very accessible for many. So I think that marketplace is very well covered and catered for. And again, Austin Reed just hadn't found their place with a new customer.
Well, that sounds like most of them are doing pretty well. Austin Reed just got it completely wrong.
I think that retail is just very challenging right now. We know that fashion is ultra competitive and you've got to have a brand that has some meaning for the consumer at a good quality and a good price. And all of those combined are the only winning formula. Austin Reed had just carried on doing what they'd always done. And there's that great business saying that if you carry on doing what you do, you get what you've always got. But that's not the case for retailers. It's just a much more competitive and exciting environment. They'd not researched the website. They'd not connected with a young customer. It was going to be difficult for them.
Well, they're kind of stuck in the middle. As you suggest, Kate, maybe they should have gone much more upmarket, traded on that traditional brand value, rather than trying to stay in that congested middle.
I think you're absolutely right. I think it's a no man's land and it's too difficult to make your presence felt in that sort of vanilla bland area. They had, great archive photos, for instance, of the Beatles going to be fitted, Liz Taylor, all of these famous names. People and famous people that actually hadn't gone out of fashion. It was almost that classic forever in fashion element that they could have traded off. They could have brought in products at an entry price that people could afford, and then they could have traded up from there with personal tailoring services and a much, much better interaction on the youth market.
Kate, it sounds like they should have hired you as a consultant.
Well, I'm sure there's many people that could have gone in and given them a helping hand. It's very difficult when you're in those retail environments to see the bigger picture.
And a final thought from you, Kate. We're going to be talking about Muzak today. Marks and Spencer getting rid of it. I mean, you spend a lot of your time professionally going around shops. What does Muzak as?
I think, there are proven psychological reports that we all read that prove that in the right place, music can offer a really a heartbeat to the shopping experience and can intensify purchases, particularly at the right speed and the right tunes for the right place.
At the right speed?
Yeah, absolutely. The speed of the music of which is played can enhance your mood and can make you buy more. Playlists are heavily invested in to get the right tunes in store. But do I think this will make Marks and Spencer's fortunes turn around today? No, I'm afraid it won't. Music is not their problem. I just think they're pandering to an audience, quite rightly in some cases, with hearing difficulties, etc. But, this is a very small statement to make in a very large set of problems.
Kate, as ever, many thanks to you. That is Kate Hardcastle there.